Walk with me as I talk to you about finding commercial property in Serbia. Yes, the streets are a little empty right now because it's currently 5:45 in the morning, and so just pretty much me by myself down here. Got an early start to the day here, helping clients deal with some tax stuff, deal with opening up a bank account, getting pictures for temporary residency, answering a pile of emails. But let's not get off track here. So I want to talk to you about um, an idea that a lot of people have is opening up a business in Serbia, and usually it comes to Novi Sad and Belgrade. And I'm currently in Novi Sad because this is where I live. Main office is here. Yes, we do serve people uh, all around Serbia, but this is where I'm currently at. So I'm going to talk to you about these signs right here, for instance. Izdaje. So it's for rent. Not too long ago, this unit here, which is owned by the owner here, was also for rent. The difference was that one there, the owner invested a bunch of money into the facility, exhaust fans, furniture, so on and so forth. And so if you wanted to rent that out, you had to purchase the essentially the equipment that's there. But why am I doing this video? Reason I'm doing this video is because not that it's difficult to find these local commercial properties, because there's quite a bit of them that are available. Now, this one obviously here is empty because it's just full of graffiti and whatnot. But then you have some businesses that have around for a while, like Corso here. This is something that a lot of people see in downtown Novi Sad, is these restaurants that have been here for a long time. And then you have spots that are like this, right? Izdaje se local, 145 square meters plus 30 square meters of a storage facility. And it's a nice corner unit right on the main strip here. The cathedral is over there, and then you got this popular building that you probably see in a lot of other YouTubers here. Why am I down here? Is because my office is down here, one. Two is because a lot of the people, foreigners who want to open up businesses, think that if they're in the heart of it, in this pedestrian walkway area, that the business is not going to fail. And I'm going to talk to you about why that could be further from the truth. Yes, in this area is a pedestrian walkway. You got a lot of foot traffic, which is what you want as a business. You have a lot of tourists coming through here. So if you come down this road here, this is Dunavski Park, and not too far away from there is the Danube. And a lot of the tourist boats come in through that, and you have groups of tourists just flooding this street here, doing their group tours with their tour guides and all that other stuff. And so people in their mind think that because of all this foot traffic, that their business is going to completely take off. Now, I'm walking down here because I want to show you something. This business right behind me here was functional about a month ago. And a month ago, he decided to shut down. Why? Well, there is no business. What was this place? Well, I actually completely enjoyed it. It used to be a whiskey and cigar place by a Russian individual who ran it. Well, one thing that was wrong with his business model was he only worked from 5 till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And he only served drinks. Well, he had shishas there also, but you're not able to smoke cigarettes in there, only cigars. And for the most part, he didn't speak Serbian, only Russian. And I understand what he was trying to do, but he failed. And when I talked to him the last weekend before closing, he said, I'm closing because the customers are not here. And I'm not going to stick my nose into people's business because it's just simply not what I want to do and advise people on what they should be doing with their business, especially if they're foreigners, which some people even consider myself a foreigner here, even though I have citizenship, but because I've only been here for 3 years, they think that I don't know, business. But I digress. So you have all this foot traffic. There's the tip of the cathedral or church, whatever you want to call it. And so they think they have all this foot traffic here and that it cannot fail. Well, that's wrong, because a lot of these businesses here are restaurants, are cafes, are whatever you want to call it, have been here for a while. And a lot of locals, they will go to what they know. And what do a lot of these businesses do that are starting to open up? They will set up a business that sells the exact same thing as these long-standing restaurants, or other businesses, should I say. So they're going to set up a restaurant business, serve the same Serbian food. We had a Turkish individual that was set up right beside me, and I'll show you him in a second. And he decided that he was going to first test out a menu of various things, various items in there. Before I get into this story here, I'm going to show you this place. This is one of my favorite places to go and eat. Sweet and green salads, creative salads is what it's called. That is a business that is different from everything around here. And it's always busy and it's always good. I can tell you that firsthand. Here's another business that is, or should I say, a premises that is available for rent. So talking about this individual, this Turkish individual, he set up his business and he said, hey, listen, I'm going to start up a bunch of food, and I'm going to put a little bit of Turkish food in there, something called wet burgers. I'm going to do chavapi, a Serbian dish, and that's that. The problem with that was he set it up directly across from one of the longest standing authentic Serbian food restaurants there is in Novi Sad. And I'll pass it in a second here so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. And if you look at this restaurant that is the long-standing one, they got like over 4,000 Google reviews, pretty much all 5-star. This guy is now going to set up a place that is directly across from him and compete on the same dishes, the same food. It's kind of not the greatest thing to do. And at the same time, he was like, well, all the tour guides pass by this place and they show all the tourists my place. And I'm like, yes, of course. But they're showing them this restaurant called Lazin Salash. And so he says to me, he's like, well, when he's showing them their restaurant, that other restaurant, they'll also see mine. And I'm like, but you have to understand that the restaurant has history here. It has an agreement with the tour guides. It also has a very appealing and inviting, uh, storefront or restaurant, or should I say, design to it. Yours is dark and not inviting. In all honesty, it looked like a stripper club or just some sort of pub that had live music. And so, obviously, the food didn't go. The other thing is marketing. If you're going to open up something that is very similar to what the other businesses are going to do that already have word of mouth marketing, you're going to have to actually do real marketing and not just one or two posts and not only for a month. You're going to want to do this for several months to draw attention. You're going to want promotions that will intrigue people to come and taste it. Have something that is different from the other individuals. Now, what else can I talk to you about is that if you're going to set up downtown because you think that you have the, the business leeway and you can get foot traffic in there, do it where you're different. Do it where there's nothing similar in this area. Now, if this individual decided to set up that restaurant in another area of Novi Sad that is underdeveloped, such as Klisa, Adica, Grbavica, not Grbavica, there's another one I can't remember right now, but regardless, he would have succeeded because there's no competition. There's no word of mouth. There's nothing else that is happening. And so here's another place that is available down here. So you can say, izdaje local, call the phone number. And a lot of our clients don't speak Serbian, and so they're like, hey, listen, can you help us contact these individuals and find out pricing, what it's all about? Here's another one. These guys literally just like a couple weeks ago went out of business. There was a jewelry store there. Nice little spot, but again, if you're looking to set up a restaurant or some sort of food thing in here, I don't know if you can because of the ventilation and whatnot. And so then you have this place here, Bennett Line. This is an Italian clothing store that has been here for 15, 20 years in the Novi Sad area. People consistently come here and look at it. But one thing that I'm going to tell you that is that I talked to this owner and, oh, look at these guys, right? So one thing that I want to talk to you about is these guys here, this clothing store here. They told me that even though that tourists flood this street here, so the main strip is this way where all the tourists come from the Danube up this way, and then they typically stop at this restaurant. This is Lazin Salash. And so they come here, talk about, and honestly, look at how appealing this place is. Absolutely amazing detail to the work on there. And honestly, the food is really good. And I'm obviously on here because this is my office if you haven't got that yet. But back to the clothing store here. She says that even though all the tourists come here, not one person goes in there and purchases it because they're on a time restriction. And they're not here to purchase clothes. They want to typically go to Lazin Salash to try food. They want to go and look at some of the architecture because it's honestly beautiful. But that restaurant I was talking to you about that failed is right here, like literally right beside or right across the street from one of the longest standing businesses out here. And you can't tell me that this is very appealing, right? And so they closed down. That's available. It's got a bar in there. It's got a full functioning kitchen in there. Rent is expensive, but you know, I would say if you're gonna do something totally different from what is a long-standing restaurant right across from it, do it something that is not exactly like them. Do something different, and that's how you're gonna succeed in the downtown core. Now, if you want to set up something that is exactly the same, you're gonna want to do it where there's no competition, and that's something that we can help you out with. And if you're interested in moving or setting up a business anywhere in Serbia, feel free to reach out to us. I am going to jump into the office and get some work done. See you on the next one.